Christopher Vroman writes, "Hey guys, love the show. My question for you is this. Now that the massive lineup for Captain America Civil War has been announced, do you think that there's any less of a chance we'll see Spider-Man in the movie? I know you've said multiple times that overcrowding a movie isn't really a thing, but still, it seems like that'd be a lot of people to split screen time between, especially if two of the heroes are brand new. Thank you all so much for all the effort you put into your fantastic show."
Yeah, Christopher, you bring up a good point. I do say all the time, look, don't worry about overcrowding. Every movie has like 50 characters in it. It's all about how do you use them, who plays tiny roles, small roles, mediocre roles, fairly large roles, and lead roles. If you balance that all out fine, you're good. That being said, this is getting crowded. It's getting really crowded. And the key thing is one of the things he mentioned here is that not only do we have Captain America and Black Widow and all these Avengers and Thunderbolt Ross is coming back and Ant-Man's going to be there and everybody is going to be there. On top of that, if Spider-Man's going to be in it, you are introducing two significant new major hitters who are going to need some development and time. And I'm wondering, where do you get this screen time? Now, just to be clear, it is still not official that Spider-Man's going to be in this. It is the assumption that Spider-Man's going to be there. I personally believe Spider-Man was going to be there. I have somebody fairly connected to the production who insists to me that Spider-Man is going to be there and play a significant role, but it is not confirmed by Marvel at this point. But if he is, I'm really curious to see how the Russo brothers are going to handle this, because I'm always saying, don't worry about overcrowding. I'm starting to worry about overcrowding, and not just the overcrowding issue, but the other thing I brought up a few weeks ago is that even if it doesn't feel overcrowded, it's starting to feel less and less like a Captain America movie. And after seeing Winter Soldier, I really want this to be a Captain America movie. So who knows? The Russo brothers have pulled it off before. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, believe they're going to do it again. But I will admit, I'm a little bit worried at this point. Mark, how do you see this whole thing?
I think fire marshals are going to hate this movie because we're just about at capacity, kids. I think, of course, Spider-Man is going to be in here in some capacity. But again, look, I love both Avengers movies. I'm really excited about Batman v Superman because I like seeing all the heroes together. I didn't love Winter Soldier as much as everyone else. I don't think that had anything to do with the inclusion or the lack of certain other Marvel characters in that film. It's called Civil War, and so when if it's Iron Man going against Captain America, and those are your two lead dogs, I know we have the other Avengers. They might take a step back so you can introduce these new characters and Spider-Man, and I think it's the right way to go, particularly about Spider-Man. It's like, I don't need to see Spider-Man's on screen. I don't need a whole other origin story about him again. I would love for Spider-Man to be the Incredible Hulk of this movie, what he was to the first Avengers, where it's like, man, he was so I want to see more of that dude. Maybe tease me with Spider-Man a little bit more as opposed to throwing him and have him be one of the leads in this movie. So I don't need I don't need any of these guys to take a starring role other than Cap and other than Tony Stark.
Schnepp? Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's going to be overcrowded. I think it's going to be scene by scene. Like, you're going to have an Avengers scene. You're going to have a big scene that kind of pushes you into what the Civil War is. People are going to split up and become, take different sides. I think Black Panther will have a bigger role than Spider-Man will have.
I agree.
I think Black Panther might be the one that they're trying to split sides with. I wonder if the situation that we see from all these set photos with Crossbones, if that's going to be, maybe it could be Wakanda. We don't know. But I mean, I think it's going to set stuff up, and Cap is going to be the main character. Who's going to be the secondary character? It seems like it'll be Iron Man. Yeah. And then everyone else will have their role and have their scenes, but as supporting roles. So I don't think it's going to be too crowded. And I think Spider-Man will definitely be in there, and he'll be a supporting role for sure. He might have a little bit more time than maybe Black Widow or maybe the Vision. Spider-Man will probably have a little bit more time than that. But, I think once again, you're talking about possibly a 2-hour movie. Remember with the Avengers, like if you broke all of the Avengers up, they're like, we're all 5 minutes of screen time. If that's how they broke it up, like here's Hawkeye's scene, but it didn't really work that way. Everyone's kind of meshed together. So I think with the Russo brothers too, they have a really great style and they have a good temperament. I love the way the pacing of Captain America Winter Soldier was. So I'm looking forward to that pacing returning. They have a really good lockdown on how to tell a story. So